and gentlemen, our salutations to Yang Berhormat Datuk Senator Lim Ban Hong, Deputy Minister, Ministry of International Trade and Industry. Tan Sri Dr. Halim Mohamad, Chairman of MaTrade, Board Members of MaTrade, Mr. Mustafa Abdul Aziz, Chief Executive Officer of MaTrade, Mr. Mark Wu, Managing Director, Google Malaysia, Senior Management of MaTrade, and of course, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, who are joining us virtually. Assalamualaikum and good morning. Welcome to the eNational Export Day 2021, eNED 2021. We are absolutely honored and thrilled to have each and every one of you here with us today. Do know that our participants today are not only from Malaysia, but also from many parts of the world. Selamat datang. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sophia Nur Solehatun and I am your host for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We deeply appreciate your presence. Now, for this year, eNED have chosen the theme titled Reignite Your Exports. This is to highlight our objectives at the eNED 2021 in exploring the opportunities of the exporting business to Malaysian companies, realizing our potentials in global market opportunities while not only surviving but also excelling during the pandemic. Now, furthermore, expansion of our global business network is also our goal. It is our hope that the eNED 2021 has something for each and every one of you here to be geared up for the new ways of business while embracing the new norm. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to commence our glorious event, I would like to invite Yang Berbahagia, Tan Sri Dr. Halim Mohamad, Chairman of MaTrade, to deliver his welcoming remark. Please welcome Yang Berbahagia, Tan Sri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very warm welcome to everyone. Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk Lim Ban Hong, Deputy Minister, Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Lokman Hakim Ali, Secretary General of MITI, Deputy Secretary General of MITI, Yang Berusaha, Mr. Muhammad Mustafa Abdul Aziz, CEO of MaTrade, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome everyone participating in this very important event that is our second virtual National Export Day 2021 conference organized by MaTrade. This year's theme, Reignite Your Exports, is a continuity from the successful inaugural virtual National Export Day last year that brought together more than 1,800 virtual participants from every corner of Malaysia and across the globe, and an amazing number of more than 10,000 online viewership accumulated for the 3-day program. A total of 2,000 participants are targeted for this year's event, which I understand has been well achieved, and I'm positive that we will garner the same number of online viewers as we did last year, if not better. Our last year's theme was Transforming Crisis into Opportunities. This year, we move forward with new opportunities by reigniting our businesses, notwithstanding the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond. No doubt, 2020 was a very challenging year to global trade due to the pandemic and stringent lockdown measures imposed in many countries around the world. Malaysia too was severely affected, especially in manufacturing activities and the movement of goods and services, resulting in negative external trade growth in the first half of the year. However, Malaysia's external trade rebounded in the second half of 2020 due to the progressive opening of the economy and gradual recovery of our external demand. Unfortunately, we are experiencing a pandemic that lasts longer than we all expected, and this will not only affect our daily lives, but also the economic health. This worrying trend, however, will not and shall not hamper our spirit to continue to strive ensuring Malaysia's economy and export performance sustain the impact. While the economy is rapidly responding and adjusting to the current situation of the pandemic, Matrade is also embracing the new norm by changing its approach to cater for more agile system, enhance promotion activities to ensure Malaysian companies remain competitive. We acknowledge that the pandemic has brought about numerous challenges to Malaysian businesses at large, SMEs particularly. Matrade immediately responded to the situation by identifying the areas where exporters were hit worse and looked for remedial solutions with the government to help to bring the economy back on its feet. Based on the feedback received last year, National Export Day, Matrade has embarked intensively on digitalization drive by carrying out a series of developmental and promotional programs through online platforms, including virtual business matching, webinars, online business pitching, and consultation, as well as enhanced real-time market intelligence tool. Matrade will continue looking out for more innovative and pragmatic approaches in enhancing deliveries to our SMEs and exporters. In addition to undertaking programs through digital platforms, Matrade has responded positively to the suggestions made by SMEs and exporters by expanding the scope of activities under its financial assistance. For 2021, activities that relate to certification for market access, branding for export, including digital platforms, as well as adopting automation in manufacturing operations have been included. The ongoing pandemic has seen tremendous growth in e-commerce. Malaysian companies have no other options but to pivot to e-commerce platform in order to remain competitive and sustainably globally. In relation to this, Matrade has also enhanced its iconic e-commerce program, that is eTrade 2.0, to enable Malaysian SMEs to accelerate export by onboarding cross-border e-commerce platform and undertaking digital marketing activities. Ladies and gentlemen, during these 3 days of virtual conference, prominent panelists from various sectors will be offering thoughtful discourse, actionable takeaways on how they can reignite their export, which are the gist for this year's conference. I would like to extend our appreciation to all the panel speakers for agreeing to share your ideas and insightful experience with our audience. The National Export Day 2021 offers even more value for participants as it highlights key insights to guide exporters in the areas of financing, sustainability, digitalization, market opportunities, as well as current trade-related issues. These topics are carefully chosen to excite exporters in reimagining the future beyond COVID-19. Our trade commissioners from ASEAN, China, Korea, Japan, United States of America, and Australia will also be joining us to share the export opportunities in their respective markets. Ladies and gentlemen, as the National Trade Promotion Agency, Matrade assists Malaysian companies by nurturing and growing their capabilities to become new exporters and eventually skilling them up to become global champions. I would like to encourage Malaysian entrepreneurs to come to Madrid, avail themselves to a wide range of facilities and incentives from us. These include leveraging on our global network of 46 trade offices, as well as 5 regional offices in Penang, Terengganu, Johor, Sabah, and Sarawak. Before I end my speech, on behalf of Madrid, I would like to thank all participants for joining this virtual event. I truly wish you a great success in your future endeavors. Please be assured that as the country's economic frontliners, Ministry of International Trade and Industry and Madrid remains committed in strengthening Malaysia's position and competitiveness as a preferred partner for businesses globally. Last but not least, we are honored to have Mr. Mark Wu, the Managing Director of Google Malaysia, our eNED 2021 partner, to give his remarks, and thereafter, our Deputy Minister, the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Yang Berhormat, Senator Datuk Lim Ban Hong, will deliver his keynote address and subsequently officiate the virtual National Export Day 2021. Thank you, and on behalf of Madrid, I wish all of you a successful virtual conference.
Thank you so much, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Dr. Halim Mohamad. It was always a pleasure listening to your speech. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Google, the official partner of eNED 2021, which will be represented by Mr. Mark Wu, Managing Director, Google Malaysia, to give his remark. Please welcome.
Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk Lim Ban Hong, Deputy Minister, Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Yang Bahagia Tan Sri Dr. Halim Mohamad, Chairman of Madrid, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, selamat pagi semua. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to partner with Madrid at this year's eNational Export Day. We are very excited for this new partnership and the opportunity to contribute to Malaysia's digital future. This year's theme, Reignite Your Exports, is particularly relevant to the times that we live in because the pandemic has tested many sectors and many businesses, but it has also shown resiliency of our country. As brick and mortar stores were impacted, businesses all across the globe and all across Malaysia have turned to digital means to stay connected with customers. In 2020, more than 1 in 3 Malaysians turned to digital services for the first time to access essential services like food and groceries, healthcare, education, and news. Malaysia's e-commerce industry has also grown by 87% year over year, the fastest growing across Southeast Asia. The long-term digitization shift bodes well for Malaysia. It allows Malaysia to build on its traditionally strong export sector to ride the next wave of export growth through digital trade. Digitization also benefits SMEs. With an internet connection, any SME can sell to the world, whether they operate out of their home in Perlis or a corporate office in KL. There is tremendous opportunity here to rebuild, so every Malaysian is able to access the benefits of trade and an inclusive economic recovery. And at Google, we believe technology plays a significant role in helping companies adapt their approach to meet the evolving environment. And through our free Mahir Digital Bersama Google program, we've been helping SMEs acquire digital skills and build confidence in digital adoption. As of early this year, we have trained over 15,000 SMEs. Malaysian businesses have also used other Google tools such as Business Profile on Google and Google Search to engage with their customers online and showcase their products to the world. A great example of this is Lampu Cerita, a scented candle business based here in Klang Valley. To bolster his family's income during COVID-19 pandemic, Muhammad Zaid, the founder of Lampu Cerita, decided to turn his passion for candle making into a business. With a little help From Mahir Digital Bersama Google Workshops, he's optimized Lampu Cerita's online presence with Google Ads to share the latest promotions with a large group of his potential customers. Within just a month, Lampu Cerita saw a 70% increase in sales revenue, and 20% of the sales were from overseas customers. So we're looking forward to doing even more with this new collaboration with Martrade, which will help SMEs like Lampu Cerita sell not just within Malaysia, but to the world. It is our shared hope that Martrade Google collaboration will equip every Malaysian SME with the skills to be export ready and to capture the vast digital trade opportunities worldwide. Thank you again, Martrade, for this meaningful partnership, and we're excited to see the growth and opportunity that this will bring for Malaysia. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Mark Wu. I believe your insights on the current digital scenario and trends have refreshed our views on the new opportunities of the new norm. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to officially kickstart and to boost our know-how in exporting to the global market via the eNED 2021, I would like to invite Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk Lim Ban Hong, Deputy Minister, Ministry of International Trade and Industry, for his keynote address, Reinventing Business in the Pandemic and Beyond. Please welcome Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk Lim Ban Hong.
Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Dr. Halim Mohamad, Chairman of Martrade, Encik Muhammad Mustafa Abdul Aziz, CEO of Martrade, honorable guests, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen. Salam sejahtera, a very good morning, good afternoon and good evening to everyone joining the event remotely from various parts of the world. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the E-National Export Day 2021, eNED 2021, organized by the Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, Martrade, with a theme, Reignite Your Exports. Today's initiative is set to articulate the transformation of our Malaysian exports in the face of the pandemic. To begin with, among its greatest impact has been the disruption of the global supply chain, particularly for small and medium enterprises, SMEs. I, however, have witnessed the agility of Malaysian exporters who are quick to adapt and make the necessary adjustment to stay afloat in today's very challenging economic climate. Ladies and gentlemen, the government's response has been to strike a balance between protecting lives and livelihoods. Under the National Recovery Plan, the thresholds set in order for us to move from phase 1 to phase 4 are necessary so as to ensure that we successfully come out of the pandemic. In this regard, the task force set up by the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI, to monitor the operations of local manufacturers around the nation plays an essential role in ensuring strict compliance with the SOPs. The government has redoubled its efforts to accelerate vaccination through the National COVID-19 Immunization Program, PIC, especially for the most vulnerable groups. Complementing PIC is the introduction of the Public-Private Partnership COVID-19 Industry Immunization Program, PCAS. This is an innovative approach in supporting the government's aspirations to reach herd immunity among the community. It is aimed at workers in the manufacturing sector and managed by MITI. While the government provides the vaccines for free, the private sector will be contributing their resources in running the vaccination centers, PPVs, developed across the country. As of 5th July 2021, 4,601 companies with 676,544 workers have registered in the program. The vaccination of the business community will bring positive impact to the local export businesses and the key to reigniting our exports. Undoubtedly, our businesses play a key role in the global supply chain for essential products, particularly for the health sector. As a trading nation, we hope there will be a gradual opening of the economic sectors to save our businesses from the long-term damage. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia's trade had shown positive growth trajectory since September 2020, following the progressive opening of the economy and gradual recovery of external demand. In year 2020, while Malaysia's trade contracted by 3.6% to ringgit Malaysia 1.777 trillion, our trade surplus recorded the fourth consecutive year of double-digit growth, with an expansion of 26.9% to ringgit Malaysia 184.79 billion compared to year 2019. Therefore, in spite of the challenges, Malaysia's exports have shown a positive growth trajectory following the progressive opening of the economy and gradual recovery of external demand. For year 2021, trade for the first 5 months grew by 26% to ringgit Malaysia 867.4 billion compared to year 2020. The export growth was contributed mainly by robust demand for eNED products, mainly semiconductors, due to the increasing orders for work-from-home equipment and digitalization of businesses, rubber products, as well as petroleum products. Most notably, being the largest global supplier, contributing approximately 50% of rubber gloves in the global market, Malaysia had benefited from the strong demand for rubber gloves during the pandemic, where exports surged by 234.4% to ringgit Malaysia 30.09 billion. Malaysia's export growth is projected to rebound by 8.2% in year 2021, driven by the improvement in external demand. The government takes cognizance of the plight of the rakyat, thus have introduced various measures to aid our businesses. To date, the government has announced strategic and targeted assistance in the form of 7 stimulus packages amounting to ringgit Malaysia 380 billion to cushion the economic and social impacts of the pandemic experienced by various segments of the community, encompassing individuals, families, micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, informal sectors and businesses. The government takes seriously the economic impact Malaysian businesses are facing, and as a response measure, the government has announced the Pemulih Financial Aid Package worth ringgit Malaysia 150 billion with a fiscal injection of ringgit Malaysia 10 billion to lessen the burden faced by businesses. The economic stimulus package announced by the Prime Minister remains to be a manifestation of the government's resolute stance to walk the fine balance between lives and livelihoods, and is especially vital in serving the interests of the rakyat as a whole. The business community in particular is given much consideration under the third objective of the aid package, that is to support business continuity through the implementation of initiatives such as the increased allocation for Prihatin Special Grant, expected to benefit almost 1 million eligible enterprises, as well as microcredit facilities made available for small businesses, street vendors, and micro enterprises with financing rates as low as 3%. Ladies and gentlemen, through the recent unveiling of Malaysia's digital economy blueprint, foundations are being laid out for the nation to strategically transform itself towards an advanced digital economy, with concrete action plans to efficiently implement the efforts and initiatives in realizing the aspirations of My Digital. This is pivotal in creating a business ecosystem which is imperative for businesses to become enablers for revolutionary growth in the economy. Indeed, the government's commitment for digitalization is manifested in its endeavors through the Jalinan Digital Negara Jendela Plan. This is to ensure that transition of the country towards 5G technology and timely delivery of broadband services nationwide can be a reality for the rakyat. The National Investment Aspirations (NIA), a forward-looking growth framework that will form the basis for comprehensive reforms of Malaysia's investment policies, has also been launched. At its core, the NIA will focus on coherence and cohesiveness, with these aspirations being reflected across all national policy documents and initiatives related to investment, including the 4th Industrial Master Plan and the 12th Malaysia Plan. In a nutshell, the NIA aims to attract strategic and high-quality investments, which will definitely benefit the export business of local SMEs as we see more and more foreign MNC setting their footprint in the country. In closing, I believe that this annual event will create an effective platform in the new normal to impart knowledge and technical know-how on export opportunities and strategies through constructive and engaging discourses with businesses. I urge businesses to actively participate in the trade promotion programs made available throughout the year. With this synergy set into motion, it is hoped that the continuous recovery of Malaysian exporters can take place, ultimately building our economic resilience in the long run. Thank you.
Thank you, Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk Lim Ban Hong, for the inspiring presentation. Now, I would like to have Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk to officiate the launching of eNED 2021. Datuk, please be ready as we will now scan your face and activate the launching in the count of 3, 2, 1.
In 2020, Malaysia was the 24th largest exporter in the world, exporting to more than 150 countries. Malaysia has the reputation as a dynamic trading nation. Over the years, Malaysia has become an integral part of the global supply chain, enabling the country to position itself as a leading exporter of products and services, namely semiconductors, chemicals, processed food, building materials, healthcare, education, outsourcing, information and communication technology, ICT, and engineering services. With the pandemic affecting economies all over the world, some may consider this as an adversity, but most see it as an opportunity. Unleash your business potential to the world. Bank Negara Malaysia projected Malaysia's export to rebound by 8.2% in 2021. Our Malaysian ringgit is robust, with Moody's latest affirmation of a stable outlook, issuing a rating of Malaysia's local and foreign currency long-term issuer at A3, and with intensified collaborations with trade promotion organizations like JETRO and KITA to promote Malaysian products and services. Malaysia's trade commissions around the globe strengthen international bilateral trade relationships by establishing the route to international markets for Malaysian companies. There has never been a better time to export. Championed by Malaysia's Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, the eNational Export Day 2021 initiative has also identified and put in place plans for digitalization and e-commerce. Now comes a blueprint that is aimed for sustainable growth to strengthen overall socio-economy with an inclusive environmental sustainability effort. The time to export is now. Together, let's reignite your exports.
And with that, the eNational Export Day 2021, eNED 2021, Reignite Your Exports is now officially launched. Thank you so much, Yang Berhormat Senator Datuk Lim Ban Hong, for such an eye-opening presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to witness the exchange of documents ceremony between Martrade and Google Malaysia. Inviting our guest, Mr. Mustafa Abdul Aziz, Chief Executive Officer of Martrade, and Mr. Mark Wu, Managing Director, Google Malaysia. Now, the objective of this collaboration is to support the government's economic recovery effort in assisting Malaysian companies, especially Martrade members, in exporting their products and services overseas through digitalization and digital tools. And now we would like to invite Yang Berbahagia, Muhammad Mustafa and Mr. Mark Wu to sign the document. And now we would like to invite both to exchange the documents. Congratulations, Martrade and Google. And next, we are going to witness the exchange of documents ceremony between Martrade and Bank Islam. Let's invite our guest, Mr. Mustafa Abdul Aziz, Chief Executive Officer of Martrade, and Mr. Muhammad Muazzam Muhammad, CEO of Bank Islam Malaysia. This is to provide eligible Martrade members to access to financing of export businesses in BIMB. With this, we'd like to invite Yang Berbahagia Muhammad Mustafa and Encik Muhammad Muazzam to sign the document. Inviting both VIPs to exchange the documents. Congratulations, Martrade and Bank Islam. Thank you, our dearest VIPs, for gracing our virtual stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking a quick break, and when we come back, conversation with CEOs, Reignite Your Exports awaits you. See you soon.